Political commentators say Mukhriz Mahathir has a good chance of rapidly climbing the country's political ladder by sheer virtue of his pedigree. His 94-year-old father is the Prime Minister, but the Kedah state Chief Minister hopes the bosses will leave him be for now. People have been asking me whether I may be moving to the federal government, Mukhriz told This Week in Asia in a recent interview. And I keep telling all the bosses in the ruling coalition, please give me some time to finish what I start. Mukhriz, the only one out of seven children involved in politics, was responding to swelling speculation that he may at some point in the current electoral term join his father's federal government cabinet. The 54-year-old reassumed his position after the Pakistan-Harapan bloc's stunning last year that ended the Barisan National Coalition's 61-year grip on power. Both Mahatirs were once part of Barisan Nasional, the elder statesman as its leader and as a prime minister for 22 years, but crossed aisles in 2016 in the bid to oust the scandal-hit former Premier Najib Razak. Mukhriz, who was appointed Chief Minister of Kedah by Najib in 2013, was forced out barely 3 years into the job after he joined his father in questioning Najib over the Najib is currently facing 42 criminal charges for his alleged involvement in the multi-billion-dollar plunder of the nation's state fund. In the interview, Mukhriz said one of the sore points of the bruising political battle was that he was not able to fully execute his plans for Kedah after his first stint as chief minister was unceremoniously cut short. You have to remember that the last time I was here, I did not finish my term. I did barely 3 years. I did not have time to even leave a legacy, if you want to call it that, he said in the wide-ranging interview in Alor, the capital of Kedah. Kedah is one of Malaysia's poorest regions. Photo, handout with the government's new push to bridge inequality among the 13 states. Kedah, a mainly agrarian state, is one of the poorest. Mukhriz said he had tons of things still to do in the region. I have a lot of ideas and I am desperately trying to make sure they are at least moving in the right direction. It is not just about being groundbreaking, he said. In any case, the businessman turned politician insisted he did not view his political career as a race. I am easy. I'm in no rush. It's not as if I have ambitions of oh, I have to be a minister at this point, and I want this ministry and not that, he said. Mukhriz said international investors have asked him about the country's politics, especially on the topic of when his father will step down as prime minister. Pakistan-Harapan, a coalition of 4 parties that has an informal alliance with the ruling party of Sabah state, have an internal pact which stipulates that Mahathir must step down to make way for the veteran politician, Anwar Ibrahim, 72, sometime during the current electoral term. The initial understanding was that Mahathir would make way for Anwar, a former protégé whom he fell out with in the 1990s, within 2 years of last May's election. Mahathir's latest position is that he will hand over power to Anwar as promised, but says he will keep the handover date close to his chest so he does not become a lame duck prime minister. Mukhriz said whoever takes over from his father has the responsibility to make sure the administration is business-friendly. In the general election, Pakistan-Harapan got a lot of goodwill in a short span of time. We would be making a huge mistake if we take that goodwill for granted and do something else, he said. Let's block ads. Why?